Yes, good morning, dear friends. How are you all? Hope you're all fine. Welcome back to Ismail's English class. And sorry for the inconvenience. I sent you the timetable to attend a class at 8:30, but because of some technical issues and because of other problems, it became a little late. Sorry for that. So we are going to, instead of 8:30, we are going to start the class at 9 o'clock, exact 9. I think now it's 9 o'clock. So let's begin the class of ours. The lesson which we were concentrating, the lesson name is Sir C V Raman. So as already we have come across about Sir C V Raman's early life. Then again, Sir C V Raman, he was much interested in the field of science, and for the sake of science, even he has resigned his highly paid position, the position where he has got to be appointed as, I mean to say, Sir C.V. Raman has been appointed as, initial days he has been appointed as the general deputy general accountant, and later on he has appointed as the senior accountant, and that senior accountant post he just rejected it, resigned it only for the sake of his passion, and the passion is all about the science. Okay, so because of this reason itself, he resigned his post and he joined as a professor in the college. Then, sorry, in the as a, he joined as a professor at the Calcutta University. Then, in later years, we can find it out. He has become the director of Indian institutions of research. So there he has become the director. Then again, afterwards, the Raman institution, Raman Research Institution has started, and that Raman institution or Raman Research Institution was continued by him until the death of his. So these are the things which we have already come across in our previous class. So now we are going to concentrate towards the other things which Sir C V Raman has done. Up to the paragraph number 5 we have studied, and it's been completely understood by us. So whereas in today's class we are going to study about the paragraph number 6 onwards. So what are the things are going to take place in the Raman's life? Those are all the things we are going to concentrate. So let's have a glance towards the paragraph number 6, my dear friend. Raman was a great scientist. Throughout his life, he was intensely attached to science. For the sake of science, he gave up the highly paid post of the Special Accountant General and accepted a professorship at Calcutta University. As already I have discussed with you people, Sir C V Raman, how great he was passionate towards the science. So, for the sake of a science, Sir C V Raman, he has rejected or he has resigned the highly paid post which the government of India has allotted to him, and that highly post is Special Accountant General. So, this post he rejected, he resigned this post, and he has become a professor. He has become a professorship, or else he has become the professor at the Calcutta University. So, through these things, we can understand that how much Raman was having a craze about the science, and entire the life of his he just spent for the sake of a science only. Until the death of his, he was just continue to make one or other field research in the field of a science only. So let's see that he would forget all about food and rest while he was at work, and his wife had often to tell him that his breakfast or coffee was getting cold. So most of the time, we have come across with many people, the people those who are keenly observing or keenly interested towards their own field. We noticed that the person one who is completely involved in his own field to complete the work of his, so he's forgetting entire things. He's forgetting about his rest, he's forgetting about his food, he's forgetting about his family members, he's not at all bothering about the worldly life. He's just completely involving in his own duty. Even we have come across many examples of Einstein also. We have discussed that, or we come to know from the other books, or else other people, other resources, those who have explained about the Einstein. They say that once Einstein was traveling in the bus, and he got a ticket from the conductor. After some time, the Einstein again he started to search out the ticket. He started to find the ticket somewhere else in the bus itself. He lost the ticket. So when he was searching the ticket, then the conductor came and asked him that what you are searching, sir. Then again Einstein replied him that I am thinking that whether I took a ticket or not. Then conductor replied him that, sir, just now only I gave you the ticket. You don't worry, you took a ticket. So there Einstein had forgot about to take the ticket. Okay, sorry, he forgot that he has taken already the ticket, because his mind is he just made his mind towards the science field itself. In all the time of his, he was worrying only about the science. That's one. And after that, the Einstein is replying to the conductor, no, I'm not worrying for my ticket. I'm just thinking that if I took the ticket, then I want to know that where I was going. The Einstein, even he forgot that where he is traveling, where is his home, and in which area it is locating. So the greatest scientist, one who has proven to the world about the about science and about his theories and all, and that scientist, he forgot about the worldly life. So the many examples are there related to many scientists. So here in the life of Sir C V Raman, the same incident have taken place, my dear friends. Most of the time his wife is complaining to Sir C V Raman that it may be the coffee which is going to be served to him, or it may be the breakfast, it may be the food which is going to be served to him, that all the food, coffee and other things which is kept on the table, it used to be on the table itself, and Raman used to forget that he has to take breakfast, he has to take coffee, that all the things he was forgetting, because that much of involvement was there in the field of science, that much of involvement he was showing in research. That's what we can call him as Sir C V Raman, we can call him, because of his great deed, because of his great effort which he has made in the field of science. Let's move ahead. Okay, and his wife had often tell him that his breakfast or coffee was getting cold. Like all great scientists, Raman had a lot of the curiosity. See the spelling of curiosity? Curiosity. Okay, curiosity. Earlier in his life, while on a voyage to Europe, he saw the wonderful blue of the Mediterranean Sea. So this led to his work on the laws of light and the scattering in liquids, and it ended in his discovery of a Raman Effect. He was awarded Nobel Prize for this in the year of 1930. See, the Sir C V Raman in everything else. See how much greatest scientist he was in a sense. Many examples already we have come across, that he resigned his post, though he was there in the high paid job, that all the things he left it, and he was worked for nearly 15 years. He worked as the professor of science at the college at the Calcutta University. Many things we have noticed about Sir C V Raman. Even not only these things, even we know very well that the scientists or the poets, in each and everything, whatever the things comes in across to them, they will try to find out their own field in that. ಈ ಕೆಲವೊಂದಿಷ್ಟು ಕವಿಗಳಾಗಿರ್ಬೋದು ಅಥವಾ ಸೈಂಟಿಸ್ಟ್ಗಳಾಗಿರ್ಬೋದು, ಯಾವುದೇ ಸ್ಥಳದೊಳಗಡೆ ಹೋಗಿ ಕರ್ಕೊಂಡು ಹೋಗಿ ಅವ್ರನ್ನ ಬಿಡಿ ನೀವು, ಆ ಸ್ಥಳದೊಳಗಡೆ ಅವರು ತಮ್ಮದೇ ಆಗಿರುವಂತ ವಿಷಯಗಳನ್ನ ಹುಡ್ಕೊಳ್ಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಸ್ಟಾರ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ. ಇಫ್ ಯು ಆರ್ ಮೇಕಿಂಗ್ ದ ಸೈಂಟಿಸ್ಟ್ ಟು ಬಿ ಸ್ಟ್ಯಾಂಡ್ ಬಿಸೈಡ್ ಆಫ್ ಅ ಗಾರ್ಬೇಜ್ somewhere else, they will try to find out the science. That's what their mind, that's what their ideology is. If you are making the poet to be stand beside of the garbage, then again the poet, he just stands beside of the garbage, and in that only start to find a beautiness. So the person, one who is fixed with his own field, and that person will be completely attached to that area itself, and he always used to be think about that particular things only. Therefore most of the people are saying that we should not give a mic to the teachers and politicians, because teachers duty is to giving lecture, and the politicians duty is also to give the lecture only to the people for convincing their message or whatever the things they want to convince. Whether it is going to be get successful or not, it is dependent on their own politician. It is dependent on the politicians only. We should not talk about the politicians. So our intention is much clear that to understand about the Sir C V Raman. And here Sir C V Raman, once he was traveling to the Europe. Okay, once the time has come to travel to Europe, and the moment when he was traveling to the Europe, he had a glance on the Mediterranean Sea, and on that sea he is going to be focused that the sun's light, it is falling on the water, and that water, it is going to get that light, it is going to get scattered out. So through these things, somewhere else Sir C V Raman got an idea about the scattering of light. If you want to check it out, so please get or else carry a water in a bowl, and that bowl you just keep it out in the sun's light and wait for a little time. When the sun's light it is going to get fall, or the rays are going to be fall on the water, it is going to get scatter out. So that theory was fixed in the mind of Raman, and on that theory itself Sir CV Raman started to make a research, and that research is very well known in entire the world with the name of a Raman effect, or the scattering of a light, we can call it out. See the things that Sir C.V. Raman, he got an idea from the Mediterranean Sea, from the water he got an idea about the scattering of a light. If in place of a Sir C.V. Raman, if I, you or others would be there, we would have enjoyed the trip of Europe. We would not think about the water, it is there. See, most of us are knowing about the water, okay, water it is there, the light is falling on that, what is there in that? We think like that, but we are not thinking about that particular effect which is taking place on the water. Sun's rays, if it is falling on the water, then what about the water? Whether the rays is going to be get fixed in one particular angle itself, or it is going to be get scatter around the bowl, or what? We are not thinking in that way. Our thoughts are something different only. Many things are there. You know that Sir Isaac Newton, I think he is the person one who has introduced about gravity. Once he was sitting under the apple tree, then apple has fallen from the tree and it is being reached on his head. Then he started to think that why the apple has come down. In place of coming down, why it couldn't fly in the air? That he was thinking. So that's the mind of the science, yeah? Being a teacher's mind, or else being your mind and all, we would have think in a different manner. We could catch that apple. Okay, fine. I was feeling really very hungry. Thank you very God for giving. Thanks a lot God for giving me an apple, for satisfying my needs, and we started to consume it. We would not think in that way. Okay, so always the particular field people are going to think about. They are going to think in everything about their own field related matters. So whatever the things it is. So once Sir C V Raman, when he was traveling through the European country through the voyage, so he had a glance. He had a glance on the Mediterranean Sea, and there he could find it out the scattering of a light, and that has given him an idea for making the research, and that research has become as on the Raman effect. Also, we can call it out. And for this effect, Sir C V Raman got a Nobel Prize in the year of 1930. Raman's effect, what we can call, and for that Raman's effect in the year of 1930, Sir C V Raman got a Nobel Prize, so which is most notable one. Remember these things, my dear friends. So let's move towards the paragraph number 7. What are the things are there in the paragraph number 7 that we shall see now? Raman was a kind man. He helped the people when they were in difficulty. When he was working as a deputy accountant general, a villager went to him with some badly burnt 100-rupee notes. Any other person perhaps would have turned the villagers away, but Raman took pity on the villager, examined the notes himself, and allowed the villager to exchange the burnt notes for new ones. So see the things that Sir C V Raman, he was not only one of the greatest scientists, he was not only one of the greatest professor, even he was one of the most notable kind-hearted person. Here one example it is given for making us to understand that how kind-hearted Sir C V Raman was. Once Sir C V Raman, when he was working in his initial days as a deputy accountant general, when he was working in his initial days, already we come across these things. He was working as the deputy accountant general. So by the time a village Aryan came closer to the Sir C V Raman with a few burnt notes, okay, the notes which were completely burnt one, okay. So those burnt notes he bought and he produced in front of Sir C V Raman, and he started to pleading, he started to request the Raman to exchange these burnt notes to the new notes. So in place of a Sir C V Raman, if other officer would be there, I think they would have made that person or that village area to shoot off from that area, or to move away from that area without any returning the things and all. But Sir C V Raman was not like that. He was really a very kind-hearted person. He himself took all the burnt notes and he started to examine the number of the notes, and the numbers were there. And so because of this reason, Sir C V Raman, he exchanged in place of the burnt notes, the new notes he has given, he has handed over to the person one who has come. So this shows that the kind heart of Sir C V Raman. And again, other incidents are there. Not only this, one more time, the other another incident. Once at the Raman Research Institute, a candidate was not given admission as he did not do well in his test. When his traveling allowance was paid, the candidate found that he had received more. He returned to the office to pay back the excess of amount. When the Raman came to know of this candidate, he was not able to make out why he was admitted. See, why he was admitted. So when he had not done well in his test, it seems Raman told the candidate, I have admitted you to the institute because of your character. So you are very good at physics, but I can teach you. See the things. You are not very good at physics, but I can teach you the things. One incident already we come across about the kindness of Raman. The villagearian came with the burnt notes, and that notes he wanted to make exchange with the new notes. Sir C V Raman exchanged and he has given him. So another incident you can find it out. Sir C V Raman, when he was working as the director of a research institution, or else when he was working as the director of a Raman Research Institution, so there was an essential, or there was a need for some candidates. There was a need for some junior candidates or assistant candidates for Sir C V Raman. So therefore, Sir C V Raman, he has given an advertisement. He has made a propaganda. They wanted, the most of the time we can find it out. The teachers are wanted, like that kind of the propaganda which we can get it out in the newspaper. So similar way, it was published in the newspaper that for the Raman Research Institute, there is an essential or there is a need for the candidate, those who are a well qualified one, or else well experienced one. So that was the thing which is being mentioned out, and even it has mentioned very clearly the people, those who are coming, for them the traveling allowance will be given. Suppose if the people are coming from the Dharwad to Nagarbetta, Bangalore to Nagarbetta, so for them we have to provide the traveling allowance, whatever the traveling fees will be there, that we have to give. So traveling allowance will be given. That was the information which clearly mentioned on that. So once a person came to the institution for the purpose of an interview, and after the completion of the interview, the person come to know that he has not been selected. The reason is very simple: he did not do well in the test. So because of this reason, he is been rejected, and that person, he waited for entire the day, morning to till the evening, he was waited. When Sir C V Raman, after completion of the interview, after taking all the interview, after appointing the people, after rejecting the people, when he was returning back to his home, the person was waiting for the Raman itself. Then Raman asked him a question, that why you are waiting, have you got allowance or not? Then the person said that, sir, yes, I got allowance, but in that allowance, what the money it is given, it is little more. Actually my traveling, let us imagine, okay, actually my traveling is only the 10 rupees, 5 rupees up and down, 5 rupees coming and 5 rupees going, total it is becoming 10 rupees, and the allowance has given 20 rupees. So 10 rupees extras are there. So this 10 rupee I wanted to return back. For that, for the sake of this, I am waiting since the morning to till now, sir. The person, he has returned 5 rupees, 10 rupees to the Sir C V Raman, and Sir C V Raman, he has really become very happy with this person, and directly he appointed that person as an assistant to him. You know what made the Sir C V Raman to appoint that person? Not because of he was a very handsomematic guy, or not because of he did very well in the exams and all. Actually, he has been rejected person only because of his character, only because of his honesty. So because of this reason only, Sir C V Raman has selected him as an assistant, and Raman is very clearly instructing him that my dear friend, you were selected, though you are not good at the physics, you did not done well in the physics, so even though I have selected you as my assistant, only because of the reason that you are honest, your character, only because of your character you were selected. So this is what he said. And who is that candidate, who is that person, one who was waiting for the Sir C V Raman to return back the amount, and what are the things are taking place with him, and what is the name of that person. Many things are there that I will reveal in front of you all in the next class. Till then, please stay safe. And if you're not understanding anything else, so please text me the message. I think today little disturbance you got because I gave the time to you at 8:30 and I came at 9 o'clock because of some technical issues which I can say you. Thank you.